So, some rumors are starting to come out about who might be Robert Kennedy Jr.'s vice president should he become the next president. And, when he first announced that he was running, I was always kind of had this idea that Tulsi Gabbard would be a very, very good option for him. And apparently, he agrees. Now, I don't know if he's going to pick her or not, but I definitely think that she's a really good choice. Now, I do have an issue with some of the things she said in the past regarding wars, because she seemed to flip-flop a little bit and say that, she didn't want war, and then she was approving some of the drone strikes, or she said that, the drone strikes that they did, like she agreed with it and that she supported it. So it's a little bit, do you not want war? Are you anti-war? Or are you pro-war? And RFK Jr. has kind of done the same things, and I definitely have problems with both of them on that issue. But on everything else, I agree with both of them. Tulsi first of all, she's very smart. She's been on Joe Rogan's podcast many times. I've heard her speak in public at the CPAC, etc., etc., etc. She's very smart. She's very strong. She's feisty as well. Like, she's not going to get pushed around. And she's going to be able to hold her own when speaking or even debating, as she did against Kamala Harris a few years ago when she absolutely destroyed Kamala Harris. So if RFK Jr. wants to pick a really good VP that kind of supports his message, right, because he shouldn't go the Mike Pence way, just pick some... I have no idea to this day why Trump picked Mike Pence, but they didn't really align on issues. Pence just kind of sat there with his hands in his pockets half the time while Trump was doing all the talking. Okay, that's not really what you want in a vice president. You want someone to have your back. And I think that Tulsi Gabbard would absolutely have RFK Jr.'s back and would be a very good look for his new party. Now, I don't know if you know this, but RFK Jr. did create a new party officially. It's called We the People. So he's still an independent. It's an independent party. He's still breaking free from the Republicans and Democrats, but his party officially does now have a name. And I think that RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard together working as a team and then picking their cabinet members out of the people that they know that they agree with. Maybe they can pluck some good Democrats and good Republicans away. There's very few of them. Most of these Democrats and Republicans are swamp monsters, as we all know. But, if he picks Tulsi Gabbard and they get a good group of cabinet members together, maybe they can make some damage in the next primaries where they can get people of the We the People party into Congress, into the House, into the Senate. And then they can start making real progress. Because obviously that this country, or America, they need change, right? And you're going to get change with Donald Trump, considering like what we have now. But you're not going to get the change that we need because Trump, even though he's not a full establishment, he's still 80-90% establishment. He didn't drain the swamp. He didn't end the wars. He was horrible during COVID. Let's be honest. He did not fire Dr. Fauci after hiring him, which was a big mistake in the first place, etc., etc., etc. But we had a strong economy. He didn't start any new wars. He started the First Step Act program, which was very good, and he brokered a peace deal with North Korea. Those are all good things. But he still didn't really do everything he said he was going to do. RFK Jr. wants to do some similar things, but he's good on every policies with housing. He's against corruption, whether it be from Wall Street or Big Pharma. He's supposedly anti-war, but he's definitely going to make that more clear. But he's so good on so many issues, as I've mentioned. I don't want to repeat myself too much. I've mentioned these before, but RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard as a team, I think that's a very reasonable threat and a reason for the Republicans and Democrats to be a little bit scared of them because they're going to have a lot of popularity on their side. Tulsi is already very popular. RFK Jr. is gaining more popularity by the day. They don't have much time. They got to get ballot access. But if this happens, I think it would be a very, very good move for RFK Jr. and his new party.